As a junior officer in the 13th Coast Guard District, I was assigned a collateral duty of aid to the commander of the 13th Coast Guard District, Rear Admiral Joseph J. McClellan. He was new to the district. He had been away for several years, coming in from headquarters. It was his first district command, and he needed an aide. And as a junior officer, I was selected, and one of the first things he wanted to do was to have dining ins to meet his senior staff and their wives. I attended many of these events with him, and on most occasions, I was thoroughly impressed with his ability to recall names of people who he had not seen for years and names of wives. Following one of the late night dining in sessions, he invited me to join him in a nightcap. And finally, I asked him, I said, "How is it that you remember the names of your people that you haven't seen for years?" He said, "At my level, your people are your tools. If you can't remember the name of your tools, you can't get your job done." I looked at this both as a learning experience and a challenge. As a mid-grade officer, I was assigned my first command to a reserve unit in Central California that was described as having a leadership void. The unit CEO at that time was a micromanager. The junior officers on staff had little interaction with the troops, and frankly, the only one keeping the unit afloat was the chiefs. The answer I found was relatively simple: empower your people, provide the training and resources needed to get the job done, and then challenge them to excel. I have used this formula several times in various settings and was rarely disappointed. A good leader shares praise and award, and not necessarily through compensation. Acknowledging superior outcomes, either by management or an individual, is also cheap and can provide lasting and beneficial results. Knowing what good leadership is quite different from being a good leader. Your job as a leader is to constantly assess what works and what doesn't. Learn from others, and you will find and apply what is best for your workforce. If it's not working, institute change.